Hi everyone. I am Omid Farhadi, an Iranian writer and political activist. This channel was established to present my works to the world. The books and novels I have written are in protest against the dictatorial and criminal government of Iran. In my works, I am trying to point out the oppressed people of Iran and young protesters who are killed and executed for protesting against the government. The political system of the dictatorship is very complex and terrible, and in this novel, the ugly face of the dictatorship is tried to be expressed to everyone. To support us, please subscribe to the channel. Iran, Tehran, Imam Khomeini Airport at 16:45 p.m. Private jet plane is landing on the runway. The female flight attendant came to the Khoshbin's side and said, "Sir, I hope you enjoyed your trip." Khoshbin gets up and says, "Thank you for everything." Mohammad Hashemi Larijani, Khoshbin's father and the then president of Iran, along with a number of personal guards, came to welcome Khoshbin and stood on the side of the airport runway. Khoshbin comes down from the stairs of the plane and hugs his father. The father looks at his son and says, "I am very happy to see you, my son, welcome home." Khoshbin, "Me too, father." "Father, you have come a long way, and you must be tired, so get on." All of them get in the car and going. Khoshbin and his father are passing through the streets of Tehran in a black Toyota Land Cruiser along with two Mercedes-Benz escorts. All three cars are heavily guarded by helicopters and police forces. The father puts his hand on the Khoshbin's shoulder and says, "Son, the situation has changed. The people of Iran are tired of the theocracy, and no longer fear of us like they used to. We have lost our legitimacy. They protest and riot every year. And we calm the situation by killing and imprisoning them. But this is not enough. We are standing on the bomb." Khoshbin, "I understand completely. I follow the news and events of Iran every day." Khoshbin, "We need planning to improve the situation." "Father, the situation will never improve. The goal of our government is to maintain power and continue to survive, not to improve the conditions of Iran." Khoshbin, "This is the only reason for my return. Our problem is not the people. They can be controlled with terror and poverty. Our problem is some traitorous patriots who direct public opinion against the government and give people the courage to protest and disobey. The only way for our government to survive is to identify and destroy them." "Father, exactly, but how?" Khoshbin looks into his father's eyes and says, "You should appoint me as the Minister of Defense." The father is surprised and answers, "It is impossible." Khoshbin, "This is the only way to continue the survival of our government. You must give me the sword." "Father, but the current defense minister is Colonel Musa." Khoshbin leans on the car seat and says, "You mean that moving fat barrel? He can't even clean himself after using the toilet." "Father, yes, but Colonel Musa has a great ability to speak and convince the soldiers." Khoshbin takes out a laptop from his bag and puts it on the table. Father looked at it and said, "What is this?" Khoshbin, "The plan to build all kinds of nuclear warheads, spy planes, modern and secret American weapons collected by my spy team. We will terrorize the Americans by building these weapons." The father was very happy to see this scene and said, "This is great. I will arrange your appointment as the Minister of Defense by the end of the week." The command center of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps at 10:45 p.m. Captain Salami, Deputy Minister of Defense, entered the office of the Minister of Defense, and after paying his respects, he placed a letter on the table. Colonel Musa looked at the letter and said, "What is this?" "Captain Salami, this letter was sent to you by the President." Colonel Musa opens the letter and starts reading it. After finishing the letter, the colonel gets angry and says, "Are you kidding me, Captain?" Captain Salami, "No, sir." Colonel Musa, "Is this the answer to my years of loyalty and honest service?" Captain Salami, "You are the main factor in suppressing protesters and anti-government agents, and Mr. President has sent you a sum of money as a gift for the services you provided." The captain puts a big bag on the table and opens it. Inside the bag is full of $100 bills. Captain Salami looked at the colonel and said, "You can have a peaceful and prosperous life with this amount of money." "Colonel Musa, money? You think I needs money? No, I am nothing without this rank and position. If you take these ranks away from me, the enemies and families of thousands of those whom I have killed for the crime of protest will kill me. Every person out here is thirsty for my blood. Captain Salami, we will transfer you to another country." The colonel laughs and says, "Which country?" "Which country will accept the terrorist commander of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps? With the crimes I committed in the Middle East for many years, the region is unsafe for me. Until today, I have not done anything without Mr. Larijani's order. All the attacks and all the blood that was shed were all done by his order, and now he wants me to retire? Captain Salami, you have a lot of military information, and this is a big threat to Mr. Larijani. Every government that has a time, and after that it must be removed. Colonel Musa, are you threatening me? Captain Salami, either you accept this money and continue living, or you will be die." Colonel Musa got angry and said loudly, "How dare you talk like that, soldier?" Captain Salami approached and put his hand on Colonel Musa's throat and pressed. He made his fat and big figure fall to the ground and injected a special syringe into his body. After a few minutes he closed his eyes and died. After the death of the colonel, the guard entered the room. The captain slowly got up and said, "Colonel Musa had a heart attack. Call the emergency room as soon as possible." Guard, "Yes, sir."